this is just the latest example of how it's growing. And again, to have as many as 60 teams committed, we should be seeing this sport become a sanctioned sport in NAIA. As the first play is an interception, and a little jersey pulled by Neer will mean a Keiser Seahawk interception to start this game off strong. That's Sydney Woodman with the pick.
And honestly, from Neer, that's about the best thing she could have done after that interception. If she couldn't get the flag, hold Sydney Woodman up. A penalty is better than 6 points every time.
For both Keiser, but anytime you get Roden and Foster together, it's a dangerous combo, as Roden will roll to the right, flip it out, another toss-up, and that's Sophia Caprio with the touchdown.
And that's a play that you've seen a lot from Keiser, where you have Roden rolling towards the left, flipping into the middle of the field with a wide receiver, and it creates this speed diversion.
They will send Foster in motion as Roden bides her time and finds an open Kennedy Foster in the middle. And of course, starting off with an opening interception doesn't help either, but now they will look to try to come up with the equalizer on this drive. Tyler Bryant with the first down for the Bobcats. Neer, quick pass again, has Kaylee Miller for a little more, and she'll make a hip move, and she's still off to the races, and she will be out of bounds.
There is a flag on the play here. We'll see what that's going to be. That's going to be on St. Thomas. That's going to pull that touchdown right back off the board.
Kaylee Miller, nice move around Cavallati. And then Woodman was able to get the flag at the last second. But still, what would have been an excellent pickup. This one will come back a few. Neer, another quick pass, again falling short. And this one's knocked down by Santiago. Didn't even come close to Walker, well underthrown.
Look for that to happen more than a couple times here for St. Thomas.
Miller in motion. St. Thomas will have a blocker dump-off option, and that's exactly where they go to. It's Salas who is able to pick up the first down and a little bit more.
Quick score. Let's see if they can do that again.
Neer over the top, finds Miller once more, cuts a drag route, and turns it into about 7-8 more yards after the catch.
I mean, one of the biggest wins is for Keiser on offense. Brenna Ramirez has been exceptional for them.
Neer, nowhere to go, as there was nothing but Keiser defenders within the vicinity of the ball.
And now fourth down here.
Balanced gun with a blocker for St. Thomas. Fourth down to try to tie it. Neer pops it in the air. It is caught for the touchdown. Rayana Baker ties it up.
What a nice throw. Just floated in there where only Baker can get to it. There's nothing Keiser could do. Just an exquisitely placed ball. Watch this, and just hits her right in the back of the end zone. NFL catch, 2 toes down.
Stopping teams from converting on that PAT. Neer throws it, finds an open Salas, and she officially ties it up here at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
When you blitz an extra defensive personnel, you've got to find on offense who that leaves open. And right there, it was Salas who was open.
1st and 6 Seahawks. Roden's going to go over the middle, and she's got Adriana Rodriguez for the first down. Those two, along with the Seahawks squad overall, have come quite a long ways, as Roden gets it off to the right side, will pick it up to Wagenman, and Wagenman still on her feet with the hips, and she takes a short gain into a big one.
Good gravy. That was, I'm not sure who that's better on here, whether that's going to be better on Wagenman or whether it's the inability of St. Thomas to make that pull.
Keiser will bulk on the near side, as the throw from Roden to Caprio will fall just a yard shy of the first down. A small play into a big play, and again, like we talked about earlier, can come up with a big difference. Roden bounce, but still making the reception, was one of the freshmen we were just talking about, Brenna Ramirez.
Unfortunately, there with her bobble coming back over across the 40, Faradaz pulled the flag when the ball was still over the 40, and on fourth down, That gives the ball back to the St. Thomas Bobcats.
Definitely a big change there, and a good stop by St. Thomas's defense as Near trying to take advantage, has over the middle. Ray Baker again, and there she goes! She's got two!
Holy cow. Got the brace here early, does Ray Baker, and we just talked about the issues with flag pulling for St. Thomas. Keiser comes in with some of their own, just cannot make the grab. You've got 3 Keiser defenders right there, and none of them are able to get Rayana Baker's flags despite being in prime position to do so. Trip set to the near side. Look for Jada Graham here.
Near. Instead, they're going to go opposite side. No one open between Tiffany Walker and Tyler Bryan. Had at least a pair of Seahawk defenders in the area.
Which is probably a play or two from the end of it here.
Roden buying some time, will throw back to the middle. It's caught to Foster, and she will get that first down. And here in the national tournament, you do a 3-team bracket. It'll be interesting as this one is picked off. Mayerly Kayon adds an interception of their own, and St. Thomas finds vindication.
Absolutely, Miley on the player to go out there.
Near's pass is incomplete, but we got another flag coming down. Pass interference, they'll say, on the Keiser Seahawks. They had a big pass interference call in the end zone, and it was half the distance, but they never changed the downs. And that pass being incomplete to Kaylee Miller, or 15 yards in general. Most of the penalties are 10, regardless of how egregious it is, as this pass is caught again. And guess who, ladies and gentlemen? The hat trick, and she is wearing the number of how many touchdowns she has in this contest. Near makes Foster miss. Near trying to go on the outstretched arms and give it to the junior from Davie, Florida. She's got herself a PAT.
And that will cause some celebration there. They love it when Near is able to get into the end zone, whether it's on a PAT or on a touchdown run. And that's going to be a 13-point lead. That's big for St. Thomas. They now have a couple of PATs here where a 19-point lead is not out of the picture.
Roden looking over the middle's got a reception, and it is who else? Alyssa Rubino with a big reception for the first down. And again, even talking with some of the other coaches, it's with Roden, and completion is made again to Sophia Caprio. And then now there's also talk about her coming back for next year or not, as she gets the reception out to Foster, and Foster will be within 5 yards of pay dirt. Young will serve as the blocker. Roden trying to get away through 2 St. Thomas rushers, and it's Kennedy Foster on the out route, has Keiser back in the end zone.
Foster's such a good wide receiver. Great job there by Roden, avoiding the double rush there. St. Thomas bringing the blitz, evading the flagpole, and still putting the ball in the perfect spot to keep it away from ball hawk Tashumba Washington.
Balance gun with a blocker for the Seahawks. Important PAT as Roden look towards the left, pump fakes it back towards the other way, and there's the good PAT. Haley Young getting an opportunity to make a reception. Back in business as it's going to be Near looking to her left side, and it's a sack.
Samaya Bryant on that sack, just came in, extra rusher there. Wow.
Near again, and it's another sack. This time it's the primary rusher, Wagenman.
Man, I tell you what, it was a game of not it between the center and the running back there. Wagenman just came through. Nobody wanted to pick up that blocker. To balance good offense versus challenge.
As Roden finds an open receiver and a little bit more. Again, that's Marissa Rubino. And we said it already on the broadcast at some point. We'll say it again. The freshmen have been a big difference for this Seahawks squad.
And the newcomers as well. Rubino, the junior from Kansas Wesleyan. is a newcomer here, but a veteran presence. This is her third national tournament, knows what it takes to be a champion, as Kansas Wesleyan has won that silver bracket in back-to-back years. And it just leads to success. Smart plays and smart ways to play the game will lead to success.
Roden works towards the right, and it's a spin move for Ramirez and can't get away from Faradaz. Another big opportunity here for Keiser to try to cash in. And it's Roden rolling to the right, and it's picked off. Tashumba Washington in the clutch moment. And we've said it before, and we'll say it again. Tashumba Washington, always coming in big when you say her name.
Absolutely, the ball hawk there. Finding another ball to pick off there. The sophomore from Miami, Booker T. Washington, coming up with another big play.
Will get the start of possession first. They still have a chance to go up by one at the following. Here's another pitch back. Tyler Bryan and company trying to change that to see if they can come down with the final score with 32 seconds remaining. Here's the snap. Near keeps it to the left. Will throw back towards the middle, and it's dropped over the top. And I believe that was Washington. She knew she should have had that reception, but that was a beautiful big play sitting right there, gift wrapped it, and just couldn't haul it in. Near rolling to that left again, this time goes short, and it's a cat reception to Jada Graham. And that was going to lead me into my next point in regards to catching. There is a certain style where you have to place your hands in a proper position to make the catch. That time what you saw with Jada Graham, it looked more of that diamond catch. If you put your hands in the form of a diamond, it is a whole lot easier to let the ball come in and grab and make the reception versus trying to breadbasket it, as Near is going to go deep again. Might have an open receiver, and it's intercepted instead.
Underthrown, she just didn't step through the pass. Kind of left it a little bit hanging, the body hanging back a little bit. Didn't get nearly as much steam on the ball as she would have liked to see, as she left her, she didn't drive through the pass. She left her upper body open, and that led to an underthrow of the ball.
On Saturday, it'll be a little bit different because regardless between Thomas and St. Thomas, if one of those two teams ends up playing more games, then somebody's bound to get 3 games in that, as Kennedy Foster in clutch comes up with a monumental gain for the Seahawks, and it is the good old-fashioned duo of Foster and Roden coming to the mix. Roden's going to go deep this time, and it is picked again. Tashumba Washington back the other way, has a little bit of room to work with. Past the 20, pitches it out to Bryant. Tyler Bryant will finally get her flag pulled. St. Thomas needed something to come up with stout-wise to take the momentum back. They have the momentum at the moment as Near finds Miller again for another good pickup. The Bobcats will load the weak side as it's Miller with the reception, leaning forward with outstretched arms, and she has another first down. Empty gun, this is Near with a hard pressure now over the middle, finds Walker. So now about 7 yards away from pay dirt. Can Near put it in the end zone again? Over the top, finds Graham. No, it's incomplete. Pass broken up by Ramirez, going on top of the veteran.
One-on-one matchup here to the bottom.
Near over the top though, either way. And this time, it's Kaylee Miller for the touchdown.
Wow, how did she catch that? That one was nearly scraping the tops of the blades of plastic grass out there. And holy cow, let's take another look at this, see how close this was.
Nice catch.
Through the outstretched arms of Brenner Ramirez there, and concentration to work through the hands of the defender.
On that slide down, Near finds her way to the right and just out of the outstretched arm of one of her new favorite receivers for the Bobcats. Bunched up towards the middle, Roden looking now towards the side, has a receiver, And we got more flags coming in. Definitely some holding and grabbing of the jersey. But Sophia Caprio just hanging on for dear life through the process. It's Roden, just need a few yards to get past midfield. Flips it to Wagenman. First down and more as Wagenman bulldozes her way through for extra yards. 3:14 and rolling. It's Roden. Gonna go deep on the near sides. Got Ramirez, and Ramirez is scoring for the touchdown.
That was a beautiful pass. Arced beautifully over the top, just dropped it right into Ramirez's lap. Take a look at this nice arc right over the shoulder into the outstretched arms of Ramirez. There was nothing you could do about that if you're St. Thomas without committing a penalty.
Seahawks bunched in those trips on the weak side. Roden looks that way, now goes opposite direction, and it's caught by Ramirez. Is she inbounds?
Hey, the ref says she is, so she is.
So, touchdown for the freshman, PAT for the freshman, and Keiser now only trails by 5 with 3:05 in the third quarter. Near and company again on first down. This time it's a reception to Kaylee Miller, and she'll pick up more yards.
Surprised we're not going to see a hold there. That shirt stretched awful far for that not to be a penalty.
Have been leading the way for the Bobcats today. It's Near over the middle. Finds Graham through 3 Seahawk defenders for a huge first down.
That was... Near got bailed out by Graham there. That was a great snag, but that was a dangerous throw to make into triple coverage. But when you got Jada Graham, sometimes you can get away with that.
Junior college flag football action ready for you, as it'll be Florida Gateway and Fort Scott Community College, as this one is picked off by Samaya Bryant, but her flagpole was already back 20 yards ago. But it seems like now, Corey, we're starting to get into a little bit of a habit of seeing a quarter or a drive or something start off with a big turnover.
Hey, you know, sometimes it happens that way, but we talked about it coming out of halftime. Whoever was going to be able to have the fundamentals was going to be able to win.
Bryant with another turnover on the season, as this is Roden trying to capitalize and cash in. Shoulder pass, and it almost came back to bite him. Maria Vega would have loved to pick off her former quarterback, but it was just in and out of her hands. 5 yards back, they'll still need about 19 to reach midfield. Near is going to roll to her left. She's got a receiver. It's Jada Graham off the left side, and she reaches. Did she get the first down? We'll find out from the referee. She did. Holy cow. What a way for your veteran leader to step up and make a huge play.
And that was huge. Just on a scramble drill against her body. Near is able to find Graham, and Graham does what Graham does, and having that flag football IQ gets you in a good spot and moves the sticks for you.
Miller has one scored to her name. Holly Near with 4 touchdown passes as she looks over to the side to make it 5, but just out of the reach of Tyler Bryant, who's down. Twins in the slot. Near is going to go deep again, and this one just out of the hands of Kaylee Miller, broken up by Liza Moore.
Into the St. Thomas side of the field with a good chance of scoring.
Roden's going to go deep this time, opposite side, and it's pick number 3 for Washington. Takes it back to the 30, cuts back the other way, flips it out to Kayon, and she will get into the red zone. And St. Thomas back in business once more.
It's just like I was just saying for St. Thomas, throwing that deep ball. These are such good secondaries that if you're going to do that, you're effectively arm punting at some point. There's no need. You've got plenty of time left on the clock. You don't need to try to go for broke here, especially 2 plays in a row.
It's Near to her left side. She'll throw it back towards the middle. This one tipped and intercepted by the Seahawks. pick back and forth, and it's Samaya Bryant coming up with another big turnover. Not sure if there's a specific review that they may be looking at with this, but she was on the white line, so if she did step back, it should still be touchback regardless.
The clock is not your friend, though, if you're Keiser.
Even if you're only down by 5, as this pass is over to Foster, who picks up the first down. Roden, near side, gets Caprio. Will pick up about 6. Balance gun with a blocker for the Seahawks. Roden back to the near side again. It's Caprio once more, picking up a few more yards. This will most likely be the last play before the 2-minute warning. Roden rolling to her right. Finds Ramirez again, and she slips and hips a tackle before the flagpole made by Washington.
Such soft coverage there, just coming back on that ball was Brenna Ramirez, and that was a 10-yard gap between her and the nearest St. Thomas defender, and able to make a little bit of a move there down the sidelines.
Keiser on the doorstep of the red zone. They'll look over the top. It's Ramirez who makes the catch.
Now that was a much better throw from Roden than the deep balls earlier. That one had some zip to it, had a little bit of pep in its step as it got over to Ramirez. Wasn't just a laid ball over the top. That one was thrown with a purpose. You want as little time for St. Thomas as possible.
Roden over the top, and she's got the touchdown to Foster.
And that was beautiful. Foster just got in the open spot there. You can see Roden finding it on the run just outside the reach of Tashumba Washington.
Foster in motion as it's Roden back to the right side. Can't connect with the receiver.
Guys are a little confused on defense.
Minute 26 as Neer rolls it back the other way and just out of the hands of Liz Amore, and that could have been the dagger.
Wow, had a hand on it. See if we can get a replay on this one. Man, that would have been the final nail in the coffin. Looking left and rolling right, and man, so close to ending that ball game.
In the twin slot, Neer finds a receiver. This is Washington still alive, pitches it back to Graham for the first down. Graham pitches it back over to Kaylee Miller, and we got a flag. Could be a forward pass from the initial attempt.
Burnt your own time doing it.
Neer going back against the left side. This time a uncontested first down. Neer. It's to Graham again, and who else but their go-to receiver. Neer dumps it off. This looks, it's Salas moving on to face Ottawa, and will have to beat the Braves twice for the national title. Neer finds an open Washington, cut moves back to the middle, and a flagpole made by Foster.
Now you get the stopped clock. You've only burnt about 9 seconds, and you can get right back ready. Neer kind of needs to pick up the pace here, because that's going to start right when that ball is set.
New set of downs as Neer finds Miller again, and a flag is thrown. And judging by the body language of Kaylee Miller, this might be a call on her.
Now you really are going to have to push the field as the clock is moving.
Neer will flip it off again. This is to Salas. Salas going back over the middle. Flag pulled. St. Thomas is going to be forced to use another timeout. 10 seconds on the clock. Neer looking towards her left. Throws back over the middle. No one there.
Well, saw Kaylee Miller catch one against Keiser about a month ago.
Is going to find Walker. And Walker's flag is pulled, and the clock expires. Keiser was down by as many as 12 points, just like yesterday. And once again, the Seahawks come back from a double-digit deficit to eliminate and knock out the Bobcats. And we'll move on in the NAIA Women's Flag Finals Tournament. The Keiser Seahawks staying alive and keeping the 2023 season intact.